Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kim and this is Me Workies. Today I'm gonna talk about the questions that you asked me from Instagram. I put a question box last week and asked you guys what kind of topics would you want me to talk about in my next video, and here they are. Let's get right into it. If you don't have me on Instagram, I put the link in the description below. Make sure to follow me. I put daily stories, concepts, and we talk about a lot of stuff there. So let's get right into the video. The first question is, where do you get inspiration for UI design? Love your work. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's get to the question. So I start with Dribble. I know my subject, I know my concept. I go there, search for websites or applications, and gather around everything that matches the mood or matches the topic, and I use them. The next one is Behance and Awards. We all know these websites. We look for inspiration in them, and they are pretty good. So actually, the thing about award is whenever I'm trying to create something more artistic, I look for inspirations in there because the designs are amazing, and they have much more on that side. The next website is Web Design Inspiration. This website contains all web designs, and really you can dig into it if you're trying to create a website. It has a lot of inspiration, a lot of examples. It's a really good website. As well as UpLabs, there is a lot of concepts there. You can use this website too. But if you're looking for resources and trying to find illustrations, UI kits, UI8 is actually an amazing website to find this stuff in. They actually have accounts in Dribble and Behance and Instagram. You can actually see their work is pretty good. But if you're looking for those stuff, UI8 is actually a really good website. Another thing that I really search in and dig deep in is Pinterest. I don't really look for web designs or application design. It's when I'm looking for more inspiration. For example, I'm going to create a Photoshop app. And I really want to understand the business and look at the pictures, get inspired with them. So I search for that, and the pictures that come up and everything gives me a lot of inspiration, and I sometimes use the photos in there, and it's actually really good for you if you want to understand and get really inspired for your designs, and the objects that you want to use in them. Pinterest is really good for that. The next one is Medium. So when you're for example, let's say that I'm trying to design a website for artificial intelligence. I need to know about the business. I need to know about the subject. So I go to Medium and I really search about the things that I want to put in there, how they work, what they resemble. It really helps your design to really gather on as much as information you can, and it gives you a lot of perspective, and it's really inspirational for your design. So make sure whenever you want to design something, learn about the business, learn about the things that go on within it. The next one is growth.design. Growth.design is actually a really good website that I found recently. They put many case studies, many videos explaining them. This is really good for your design because it keeps you updated, and you learn about big companies, how do they do their design, and how everything works in there, and why is everything the way it is. That's really pretty much it. So make sure to check this website because this website is really good for you to stay up to date, and it teaches you a lot of stuff, and you can get inspired by the big companies there. The other one is Figma Crush. It's a really good website. It contains all of the Figma resources that are really good, and you can use them in your design and speed it up. So yeah, these are the websites that I mostly use. I'm gonna put all of their links in the description. Make sure to check it out if you want to use any of them. The other thing that I use to get inspired is not I don't really go for it. we all have Instagram, and all of the pages in Instagram have like all of the shots and concept that are all in all of these websites. So if you follow the right pages in Instagram, they can really give you a lot of good stuff. So this is what I do while I'm scrolling down. I might see something, I archive it, and I create myself in the archive like collections, websites, applications, I don't know, tips, illustrations. This works for me. Whenever I scroll and I see something, I know like I'm gonna need it someday, or I like the design, I save it so I can use it later, because whenever I'm designing something, I remember while I'm designing, I'm like, oh my god, I saw something like this in Instagram, I wish I saved it. So I created this pattern for myself that I don't lose any of them, and I can really get inspired with them. So make sure to do this. It really helps you a lot. You may not understand it at first, but later when you think of one of them and it's right there, it's going to be so satisfying and good. So let's get to the next question. What will be the new UI trends in 2022? So I'm not really the one to talk about this, because me myself, I follow trends a lot, and I really can say the things that we had in this year, which one of them I think it's gonna continue to the next year, and like with a lot of improvements. So let's get right into it. One of the things that I think is going to be huge in the next year is 3D visuals. We saw it this year, a lot of creative, perfect, beautiful 3D illustrations, 3D designs came out within the web design and applications, and they were really good, and they gave a life to it and made everything more interactive. And let's be honest, users really loved it. So I think 3D visuals are gonna continue to the 2022, and they're gonna be huge, and they're gonna be even bigger, because we have a lot of great 3D designers, and they're really nailing it out there. The next thing that I think is gonna is gonna continue to the next year and is really good is like weird and crazy typographics, because this year I saw a lot of web designs mostly using creative typographics, being crazy within them, and I thought that it was really good. I'm seeing it more, and I think it's gonna be in the 2022. The next thing is unique and absurd 2D illustrations. Designers are really going through the minimal road. The designers are really going through the minimalism road, and they're actually nailing it. And they with creating illustrations that are really minimal, that are really absurd and weird. They're giving a story to it, and I think it's going to be bigger and bigger, because we started at a place that, well, illustrations were okay, but now I'm seeing things every day and I'm like, wow, in web design and application designs, people are being really creative in their onboardings. So I think that this trend will continue in 2022, and it's going to be even better. The next thing that I think is going to be big is skeuomorphism. I'm seeing a lot of skeuomorphism this day, with actually that is combined with neomorphism. So I think that it's gonna be again big and even used more in the next year. So make sure to learn how to use it. If I found anything that is good for you in community, I'm gonna post it in a story so you know about it. The next thing is, 19's retro UI. It's really big, it's really out there. I recently created a website like that, and it's really interesting. 19's retro is so nostalgic version of these websites, and it really gives a great feeling while people are going through it. It has pixelated typographies, 3D animations, Memphis designs, glitchy transitions, and even skin tearing. So I think that going on to 2022, people are going to use more of this, and it's going to be even bigger. So, and the last but not least are animations. They've been a huge part of this year, and they've been amazing. I've seen so many amazing things, and I was like mind blown. So that's why I really got into After Effects and did some stuff myself. Not really good, but I thought I should do it. So yeah, animations has been a really big part of this year. Wherever I look, I see something with a great animation. I think that it's going to be really huge. It's going to get really better in the next year. So make sure to keep up with the great animators and people who create this stuff, because I think there are going to be even more and even better. So I've gathered this stuff from plenty websites. I'm gonna link them in the description. Make sure to check them out, because they're gonna give you a lot of vision, a lot of perspective, and it's really good for you. So check them out too in the descriptions below. Let's get to the next question, shall we? Okay. As a product designer, do you feel the need to learn motion design as well as 3D sometimes? So there's this thing. When you're a product designer, you really don't need to know this stuff, because there are people who can help you with it, and you should really be focused on the product and the user and all of the usability, flexibility, and things like that to make a really good product and a really good platform. So myself, I don't think that a product designer should know this stuff, but if you're really into it and you really like it, why not? Because like I did some animations because I really liked it. So if you really like it, it's good for you. Go for it, but you shouldn't. It's not a must in this field. So don't worry if you don't know anything about it. There are people who can do it and they can help you with it. Okay, let's get to the next question. Can you tell me about your design process? Well, my design process is really easy. Because I'm really a lazy person, so I really have something that is easy and you can go through it like in comfort. I start with this. I have this topic that I need to design about. I have this platform. I have this idea that my client tell me. So I create a sketchbook for myself, and I gather on as much as ideas as I can through Pinterest, through the places that I told you. I gather pictures, I gather informations, and I put them all in my artboard there. It's gonna be a little messy, but when I look at it, I get inspired for the work that I'm going to do. The next step after I did this is I'm going to create a wireframe. If the client needs the wireframe, I'm going to create it for them. But if they're not, I'm going to like create something like a wireframe to give myself a little perspective of the thing that I want to do. After that, I go and check for UI inspirations, and I check all of the similar websites, similar platforms, check for their strengths and weaknesses, grab them and use them in my own designs. That's pretty much it. And after I gathered all of this information, I really just start designing. It's really important for you to know that when you're designing something in the middle of it, like 2 hours in, I don't know, you can take a step back and really get out there and start searching again. If you think there's something wrong, if you think that you don't have enough information, it's really good for you to take a step back and like search for it again, search for ideas. Don't feel that you're not inspired or you're not creative enough. It's just that you need more images to see and more information to read. It's not that you don't know those stuff. So it's really important for you to do that if you feel like that. That's what I do, and it works for me. I hope it works for you too. Okay, and someone asked me for some Figma tips. Well, I didn't really thought that this one would fit in this video, but I'm gonna create a video, give you Figma tips, as well I said in my previous video. If you haven't watched it, go and check them out. They're really good Figma tips and even After Effects tips. Check them out and tell me what you think about them. So about these Figma tips, I'm gonna create a video for next week maybe. I'm not sure, because I have something else in mind, and I think you guys will really like it. Maybe I put it live on Instagram and talk about it, so make sure you follow me there so you stay updated. Well, yeah, I'm gonna put a video about this one, but not this week. That's pretty much it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with your friends. Ask them what they think. Ask them what they think that is going to be next year UI trends, or ask them how they work through their design. All of this information will really help you in your design process. I hope you really like this video. I post every week on Monday, so make sure to turn on notifications so you see it when I post it, and give me your ideas as always in the comments. See you next week. Goodbye.